Hey everybody, I'm Tim Corpus, Executive Director of the Hyde Park Youth Symphony, and I'm here with our conductors to talk to you about what to expect for this upcoming year. Hey Matt and Andrea, how are you?
Great.
Doing great, Tim.
And Matt, can you tell us what you do with the organization?
Absolutely. I am really excited to say I'm the artistic director of the Hyde Park Youth Symphony, and I have the great fortune of conducting the Youth Symphony. And Andrea?
Hello, my name is Andrea Ferguson, and I am the conductor for Prep Strings and String Orchestra here at HPYS.
So the Hyde Park Youth Symphony is a nonprofit based in Hyde Park. We rehearse at the Riva and David Logan Center for the Performing Arts, and we also perform there too. We have three different core ensembles: the preparatory strings, the string orchestra, and the youth symphony. We also have chamber programs and satellite beginner programs throughout the south side of Chicago. And this organization is celebrating its 69th year here in Hyde Park, so we're excited for a really fabulous season. So Matt, what can you tell us about this upcoming season, the 2023-24 season?
Yeah, we have a really exciting season planned this year. As always, our three main orchestras are going to be working hard every week on Thursdays at the Logan Center. We have great repertoire in the works. You'll hear a lot more about that from Miss Ferguson and from me in the coming weeks so that you're able to be prepared for our very first rehearsal. We have three concerts this season, as we typically do, one in December, one in March, and one in May. The one that I personally am most excited for is the March concert. That's our Between the Lines concert, and this is when we get a chance to dive deeply into the music, to explore different aspects of it, different elements of it, and to then share that with the audience, with our families, with everybody who's attended the concert. I'm really excited about that. Beyond that, we also have a couple other really exciting engagement in the community possibilities in the works. So I can't wait to do those as well. We're still working out some of the details, but we're looking forward to a couple extra and special performance and collaboration and partnership opportunities this season. And of course, one of my all-time favorite things is chamber music. I really hope that all of you take part in our chamber music program this year. We have such a wonderful time in these really small, intimate ensembles where anywhere from 3 to 5 people play together, work with a coach, and learn how to perform their music without a conductor. It's a blast. I hope you all sign up.
So let's learn a little bit more about each of you. Andrea, can you tell me about your musical journey?
Of course. So I grew up playing piano, violin, and viola. I'm from Lombard, Illinois, a suburb straight west of the city. Came up through some great orchestra programs. I was a big orchestra kid myself, loved it so much. I went to school to become an orchestra director. So I'm now in my 8th year of public school orchestra directing and my 3rd year here at Hyde Park Youth Symphony.
And what about you, Matt?
Yeah, so I sort of had a similar experience to Miss Ferguson growing up. I loved playing in orchestra. I also loved playing in band too. That was a big part of my high school career. And I wanted to be a music teacher as well. And then as soon as I was at music teacher school, I realized I also really wanted to be a conductor full time. And so that's what I do. I have the great pleasure of conducting a lot of different ensembles and working with people from all ages, from like 4 years old to 94. I have a wonderful time with it. And I just love that sort of middle point of teaching and performing all the time. And getting to do that with people like you all at the Hyde Park Youth Symphony is just one of the absolute highlights of what I do. This is, I think, my 9th year at the Hyde Park Youth Symphony. So it's been a really incredible journey, and it's just a joy to see everybody continue to build and support this culture that we have at HPYS.
So for parents and students who are joining the Hyde Park Youth Symphony and preparing for the upcoming season, Andrea, what can you tell us? Like, what is a rehearsal? What should students be prepared for in a rehearsal?
Oh, what is rehearsal? Oh my gosh. Like start first by talking about how we can best prepare for a rehearsal, and especially about our very first one in September. So a few weeks before our first rehearsal, you'll receive music ahead of time, at least for Prep String Orchestra, probably from Mr. Shepard too. And your job, once you get your music, is to try to figure it out on your own as best you can. You don't have to aim for perfection for our first rehearsal, but you definitely want to give it a good look and listen, and try to figure out as much as you can on your own. You can go to your private teacher for extra help, if they're available to help you with orchestra music, because our rehearsal time is where we come together to learn each other's parts and to see how our individual parts all work together. So that individual work throughout the week is so important for us to have a great rehearsal together on Thursdays.
Yeah, and it's the same way in youth symphony. It's the same idea, is that ideally we're not learning our own notes at the rehearsal. If we do that work before rehearsals, then all of a sudden at rehearsal, it's such a joy because you have sort of the mental energy and bandwidth and space to be available to not only focus 100% on your part, but be able to focus on how your part interacts with your stand partner or with your section or with your instrument family, and then with the whole orchestra at large. Because that's really the joy of orchestral music. It's such a difference from, you could put 30 people in a room and say, hey, play solo music all by yourselves. And it's, it's still 30 people in a room playing music, but it's so different when our minds and our spirits are really linked in that way. So we want you to be able to do that. That was the long way of really encouraging you to prepare that music ahead of time so that you feel as good as you possibly can at that first rehearsal. Another thing that we always do at rehearsal is we really have a good time. We have a great time working together, exploring these big ideas, learning how to be a community, and just getting to know what we are at the Hyde Park Youth Symphony. It's a blast.
And one of the ways that we can make rehearsal and the process of being part of the Hyde Park Youth Symphony a little easier or a little better is our student handbook, which has been emailed to all of our registered students, as well as our brand new online dashboard for our students. So this is a place that has information and access to your sheet music, your absentee form if you have to miss rehearsal for a doctor's appointment, or also there's opportunities to see videos, YouTube videos that our conductors supply and prepare for you. So all sorts of great resources, other sheet music and scales, things that you can learn from and prepare for the whole season. So be sure to check out those two things. And we also especially want to highlight, and it's in the handbook as well, that the preparatory strings this year will be moving their start time to 4:45 p.m. So they'll be rehearsing from 4:45 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. So as we get prepared for our first day at the Hyde Park Youth Symphony on September 14th, Matt, what can you tell us about that day? What should we look forward to?
Everything. It's going to be so much fun. This is the day where we set the tone for the rest of the year, where we figure out who this orchestra is, whether it's youth symphony, string orchestra, prep strings, or everybody combined. Because one of the cool things is that even though this is the 69th year for the Hyde Park Youth Symphony, this is the one and only year for the 2023-24 Hyde Park Youth Symphony. Each year is a little bit different, and we build that together starting on September 14th. So at that kickoff retreat, we're going to get to know each other. We're going to get to know each other as people, as musicians, as ensemble members, as thinkers, as artists, and then we're going to put it all together and make music. So it's going to be just an absolute fabulous way to kick off the year.
Yeah, it sounds fantastic. I'm really excited for us to get the season started. So to all the students and parents, we look forward to meeting you at the kickoff event and seeing you at all of our upcoming concerts. The 3 concerts, those concert dates and times are in your student handbook, so you'll see all those there. So Matt and Andrea, looking forward to a great season. So I'll see you on September 14th at the Riva and David Logan Center for the Arts.
Bye, everybody.